I have to say that I'm looking at our characters and I'm just really jealous of Joa's sheet here. Honestly, it's great. It's amazing.
Yeah. So before we explain what's happening right now, I'm looking at Joe's character sheet, and background is listed as Lil Freak. There is a +5 insight bonus specifically to just kinks.
I like our personality traits. Hearts lasagna.
Yep. That's important. That was
good.
actually the only thing I was sure about. So just to be clear,
Is this character Garfield?
that is what Austin said. Am I just dating Garfield? It was like a whole week stint where all I could talk about was lasagna, and I think that's when you talked to me about this one shot, Dan. So
this explains a little bit more about why this occurred.
I like how the word cockroach is written twice on the sheet, once underneath feature and traits, just cockroach person, and then over by constitution, just cockroach.
Yes.
I couldn't read that it was like tildes by the A, so I thought it was cock and ranch or something like that. I was like, what is
that's the
that?
kink. No, it's the tilde. Yeah, so you got to be thinking the Italian hands. I'm channeling Natasha Leone.
Cockroach.
Yeah.
You could tell that this was made by someone with ADHD, like in the most wonderful way. I'm actually envious.
This is also the only character sheet I've ever been given for a completely online game that was handwritten and then scanned into a PDF.
I'm on the floor.
What does that say above the saving
Not
throws?
me faxing it to the IT guy.
My part of my process. What is this?
I think it's like my part of my process, or just no.
Any part of my process?
Yeah. Any part of my process.
Are these lyrics? Were you writing a song?
Oh, I see. That's what the boop stands for underneath damage type. Just boop. That's a
Do you
lyric.
have +76 to dexterity? Because that's
All
really
of
good.
these things mean something to me. Like the boop is very important. Yeah, part of my process is very important.
I also one of the weapon names is just scissor,
Yeah.
singular,
Yeah.
just scissor.
That also
that-
means something.
That's
Oh yeah, I did say scissor 3 times on this same sheet, I think. It's like a scavenger hunt, this character sheet.
It's a magic eye puzzle. I love it.
I can hand this to children at a restaurant, and they'll be able to do so many fun activities until the end. Except we're gonna have to take out the kink thing. I don't think
I don't know
that'll
what that
fly.
means.
At Friendly's
Yeah,
as much.
it's not gonna go well.
But they will go gaga for I Heart Lasagna.
All right. Well, we've jumped right in here. Why don't we introduce ourselves?
All right. Do you want to introduce first to explain what we're doing here, Dan, or do you want us to introduce our?
Nah. Let's introduce ourselves first, and then I'll explain why there's a cockroach person with a pair of scissors who has kink insight here.
I'll start then. My name is Quinn, sometimes known online as Rolo T. I do a manga podcast called Weekly Manga Recap that you can find a great many places. And I am playing in this one shot. Am I describing my character now, or?
You know what? I didn't think about this. Let me actually explain what we're doing here.
Okay.
Because there's going to be too much context that gets lost. That's not going to make any sense.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Austin, take that clip where I explained everything and just snip it out. And you're gonna put it a little bit later.
Leave this in exactly as is. We're not producing a high quality show that people potentially pay for here.
It's like Austin is, but all right, go off.
Go off, Chief.
Hello, my name is Dan. I'm running a one-shot for Dice Funk here, set in a setting called Household by Two Little Mice. Household is basically, if you're familiar with the concept of borrowers, they're like small little people that live inside your house. They're like fairies, sprites, that sort of thing. And they're tiny, so they have to use like found objects. They might be using like a needle as a sword, that sort of thing. And all of the humans are gone in this setting. This everything takes place in one big house, and the people that built it are long gone. So in the years that have passed, more fairies and creatures have moved in, and our player characters today are some of these little folk that live within the house and go through their many adventures. Household does come with its own game design stuff, like it's its own system, but for the sake of simplicity, and since it's not like officially out for the public outside of whoever backed their Kickstarter, I just did this in 5e because no one's gonna understand if I just say, did you draw your Joker card? It's not gonna make any sense in the span. We got like 2 hours here. We got to get into it.
Shall we describe our characters then?
Yep.
Or ourselves? I guess I'll just do it over again. Hi, my name is Quinn, and I am going to be playing a character called Sienna the Burnt. She is a fairy fighter, particularly like a knight, I believe is or Cavalier, is the subclass, where I have a mount, and my mount is a wonderful, beautiful centipede by the name of Murderopolis. And she is very dumb, and she has a large burn mark from her right eye all the way across like the back of her skull, essentially. But she is a brave and loyal knight who is just very delusional and stupid. So that's what I'm playing. Also, I have a box cutter as my weapon.
Yes.
I don't know if they had box cutters then, but they do here. For the
Sure,
sake of this.
Sure, close enough. I will say in Household, the time scale doesn't make a ton of sense, as does the literal scale of characters, which is part of the lore of the setting. That the more contract power, because it's all like fey creatures, right? The bigger the thing seems. So like, because a city is important, it's a lot bigger on the inside than it should be. So you can fit an entire world full of people inside of the space of a drawer.
I'll mention one thing about your character. I like Quinn. I like how the languages are listed as common and then something else. Just
yeah, well, I didn't know what the language based in this world is, and I usually just put a placeholder if I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like make you guys deal with any of that right now. I don't think that's really necessary.
So, one thing I should have clarified is that scribble on my character sheet, Dan, that says part of my process is the crying before and after performance. Anyway.
Okay.
Is that part of the character's process or your process?
I think it's unclear even to me why I wrote that on my character sheet. I feel like maybe it was a little reminder to myself, but then also I feel like, yeah, there's something there about the background of Crouton, so we will see.
Well, how about we've talked about your character at length so far, Joa. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Joa. By day, I write grants for social justice, lower barriers for grassroots groups trying to make the world a better place. I use they and she pronouns. So that work I do is funding for social change. You should follow us at Change Funding, because otherwise, how will anyone know that you care about anything? And by night, I am Pussy Full of Wasps on Twitter, and you might recognize me from, I do the Dice Font credits. I've been on a few one-shots, including where Dan was Gorbo Gutter Slump, the real reason I started funding for social change.
In case a real Glorbo ever comes along, we must be prepared.
He lives within me. He might take over in sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde scenario at some point.
Yeah, just in the middle somewhere in New Jersey in a vat of toxic waste. It's where Gorbo Gutter Slump is.
Yeah, I'll go to my hometown and accidentally drink the tap water, and it'll push me over like a toxin counter threshold. I'll hit 100 and then transform into a goblin, even more than I already am.
Perfect. Well, yeah, that's me. I'm Joa. Howdy. I'm here. I'm queer. I was crying before this, and I will cry after this. Thank you so much.
All right, and
Your character.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I am a level 5 monk bugbear. My character's name is Crouton, all caps. And for household, I am Slaugh. I was saying Slaugh before, and then I realized I was doing a typo the whole time, Dan. So how do you say it?
I believe it's pronounced Slaugh, but I also pronounce
Slaugh.
everything wrong. So
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was like a coleslaw, but Slaugh sounds a lot better. It makes more sense. But yeah, I chose to be a bugbear because I'm always a tiny little guy. And I was like, this time I'm going to be big.
and also a karaoke entertainer.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Austin pointed out that actually I am playing a tiny person. So even if I am playing a bugbear, I am actually still very, very small.
But everyone in comparison is small, so you're still big in scale compared to us.
Thank you, Quinn. Thank you.
So because you've thrown out the word Slaugh here, I'll explain what that is in terms of the household. Slaugh are basically like bug people. So you might have like a person with like a beetle antenna and chitinous skin. They still have like human faces and pointy ears. They look a little bit elvish, I suppose. But that's kind of true for all of these little folk. Their thing is specifically they look kind of like bugs, and you in particular, I think we've alluded to, are a cockroach person.
Absolutely. And I think you had to, at first, deal with me sending you doing the cockroach as my character sheet and just being like, this is it. But
Yeah.
yes,
We did attempt to search for cockroach person art, and then immediately found. I don't know if you can call it furry art.
don't Google anthropomorphic cockroach. Don't Google sexy cockroach. Just don't do it.
Or maybe do. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge you here.
Did you not just get Terraformars art when you type anthropomorphic cockroach? Because they were big cockroaches.
Well researched.
I
Yeah,
had to
so
read
I'm
the manga.
a cockroach person. The Slaugh also are in the basement. We're the basement people in the house. I like it dark and damp. That tracks. And yeah, cockroach person, brown skin, big, pointy ears, like Dan said, cockroach antenna. My weapons, I feel like I'm wearing black and brown robes. I'm a monk. They're flowy. And my weapons, I'm very excited about these. Needle and thread. So carry the thread spool. And this was in the household, some of the inspiration from the art in the manual. But yeah, I've got a needle and thread, and so that is like the needle is threaded, and I can kind of whip it around and lunge it forward. And embroidery scissors, you see a lot of those characters with them broken in half, so these are just like crossed on my back. So those are my weapons. I guess I should, my languages are common and goblin. The Slaugh also have a language Slugan, which I particularly enjoy.
Yeah, so in this case, I guess it would be Slugan would be your language. They all have many like custom to household stuff. I'm not gonna get into that for the sake of the audience, and it's not gonna be really important here. Anything else about your character?
Yeah. So did I talk about my background? Did we talk about that? We did talk about it a little bit.
Freak.
I'm a little freak.
Little freak?
Okay, yes. So a little freak. I have the I chose the being a little freak, that I have the little freakdar, so I could tell when other people's are little freaks. For me, that's part of my insight. If that helps you understand it.
Is that what you... So when you say a little freak, you mean your character is kinky and you can pick out other kinky people in the room?
I feel like it's open to interpretation.
So
Anyway,
they are in fact the horny cockroaches from Google.
No wonder the art came up that way. We were searching for it.
I feel like this is somehow I just stumbled into this being the case. But yes. Also, Dan, you had talked to me about a lot of the little pets that show up in household. And I really loved the bumblebees.
Yep.
But at the same time, those were often by, I guess, like the wealthier class in the Slaugh. There's a lot of prejudice, and even though they make up like half the people, there's a lot of judgment there. So I have flavored that I have stolen this prize-winning bumblebee. He has a little hat.
What's their name?
BB.
That's pretty good. Okay.
It's BB.
And I guess one thing of note for Slaugh, so each race here has a special ability. Fairies, obviously, they can fly. Slaugh are really tough to kill because they're bug people. So once per game is how we'll handle it. You can just negate any single set of damage against you. Like, pretend it just didn't happen.
That's very useful. I wish I had that. I could fly, but I have a fucking mount. I'm never leaving Murderopolis behind.
I feel like also I'm terrified. Well, the bumblebees don't sting anybody. So, but if it was a bee that did sting, that would just be really scary for me. Because don't they die after they sting?
I think it's actually depends on how big the thing they're stinging is. Like if it's like a person, it rips out the stinger. But if it's another small animal, it doesn't embed as much. I don't know. I'm not a bumblebee doctor.
Wait, a bumblebee?
Yeah.
Bumblebees don't
Bumblebees don't sting.
They're not barbed, so they don't die. It doesn't rip out afterwards.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I just had a lot of I just had a lot of holding on to a lot of grief about if my imaginary bee friend
that you stole.
that I stole. I was telling you, crying is part of my process. I wept for this bee.
It's a beautiful process. A beautiful process.
Okay.
All right. We have one more person here. Skitch, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, my character's going to have a bit of a problem here because, first and foremost, my name is Michael Skitchiano. Everyone just calls me Skitch. Around on the Dice Funk Universe thing, I do basically production assistance with audio cleanup and video assembly, hang out in the Discord, and just try to keep track of rules too much for people's for my own good. There's one part of Joa's character sheet for Crouton that's relevant to my character, and that's because my character's name is Cab Sproutzlebrus. They are a Boggart bard. College of Valor bard, effectively, but they have their fenting pin, which is like a rapier type thing. They have a little push pin dagger and a little bottle cap shield or button shield type of thing as a buckler on the side. And they're Boggart. I see very distinctly on Crouton's sheet thinks Boggarts are bootlickers.
Yeah,
which
that's true.
Yeah. Well, maybe this will come up in the actual recording. I got things to say about that. It's especially interesting after an entire season of Dice Funk episodes about how colonization is bad.
But yeah, Cab is just their background pick. There's a gambler, just because, sure, why not? And as a Boggart, one of their special abilities is that they can double in size for a short period of time. Is that what it is, basically, by going Juggernaut?
Yeah, but Boggarts visually look the most like the borrowers. They're just little people with pointy ears. And their special thing is that they can get really jacked for a period of time. That makes them super, super tough combatants. Yeah,
that's Cab Sproutzlebrus. I was looking at the different classes and occupations inside a household, and the one that jumped out to me was Snitch, just because I thought it was just very funny for this character to be. So in my mind, they are a snitch if we were going by the household rules in this case.
Skitch, it says thinks Boggarts are bootlickers. But also in my other, I didn't scan all of the things and send them to you, Dan. But on the other side, I say Boggarts are narcs. So thank you, Skitch, for proving it for me. They love to lick the master's nuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm not going to get into the long history of how the Boggarts get fucked here over and over by colonizers, but anyway.
That's a weird read there.
I've got a lot to unpack.
Yeah, how deep down inside you just love colonizing natives to countries.
I think I have a very weird understanding of what the Slaugh are.
Yeah, they were literally an invading army. Okay. It is 40 minutes in, which means it's time for me to read my intro.
Okay. From the far beyond on Samhain.
Yeah. All right. Let me get into my intro. Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a house, a beautiful and warm place full of laughter and love. In it lived the master and mistress of the home, along with their young daughter. That is not all who lived there, for under the furniture and between the walls lived the little folk, the Boggarts and the Sprites. A kind and generous family, they lived in harmony with the Boggarts, and a contract was struck. Sharing in their food and companionship, the Boggarts would always have a home and full bellies in return. The Sprites, however, kept themselves, waiting for the day that they could take the stage. One day, the little folk awoke to find the house more lonely. The family disappeared. In the years that passed, they waited faithfully for the family's return. Other little folk came to the household. The imperial families of the dining hall, and of course, the Slaugh clans of the basement. Though they are tiny, the littlings are like us in many ways. Conflict sparks, empires rise and fall, and cycles of war and peace commence. But that was a long time ago, and all we have left are these stories, like the one we'll share today, in these tall tales of tiny heroes.
Oh, that's us.
Yeah, 3 insane people.
Hey. Actually, my character is written to be kind of delusional, so I guess I do fit into that realm.
My character has a 5 wisdom and can't read the room correctly, so you might have something there.
I really think that I needed to hear this calming voice intro before, and I wonder if this would have changed my character at all, but I think probably not.
The cockroach would still be there.
Just a nasty little guy.
In every sense of the word. Okay, so you are all in. Let me actually first reveal a picture of the household for you, and you guys can describe it.
Look at this. This is something we don't get in general Dice Funk, where like there's like maps. Like currently we can't see anything. There's a fog of war on this. So like I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
So I've revealed something in the lower right. Would you like to describe this opulent house?
Oh, it's like it looks like, honestly, it looks like the house from that like weird Merge Mansion game. Where there's a lot of secret entrances, and Kathy Bates for some reason is doing a commercial, and you're like, your career cannot be this bad. You're an elegant actress, but you're like, she's here, so they must have some money.
I should have gotten Kathy Bates to record the intro.
Apparently it's not that hard, but it looks like actually a very beautiful Victorian style home with a lot of like ivy and stuff covering the windows. It's very it's old, and there's a tree branch that's fallen through one side. Oh no.
Yes, that is how the fairies got into the kitchen and took it over. And speaking of the kitchen, you are all in the currently on the table in the town, a city known as Low Light. It is a opulent, beautiful, clean city. Crime is incredibly low here, and it is one of the main cities of the imperial fairies of the realm. And I'll reveal a picture of that.
Oh, this is pretty. I wish my dining room looked like this. I also wish I had a dining room.
That's also what I was going to say about the house. I was like, oh, I love that house. I would love to live there. And then we started talking about how the tree is on the side. So
let's pull our money together and we could buy this house. Also, there's a snail climbing up that piano.
The piano pit.
Yes, snails are a common mode of transportation. In fact, for the 2 non-flying members of this party, you most likely got to the upper part of the table by riding a snail up the side of a table leg.
Like a snail elevator.
Exactly that. So you 3 have been gathered outside of the home of Oleg Protopopolov, a incredibly wealthy, philanthropistic, zoological expert. You have been called here to complete a task for him. You have no details as of yet, and you are outside of his home, which is where you encounter your first puzzle.
Puzzles? I'm not good at those.
Fairy homes, traditionally, and it's changed in the recent years as peace has come to the household, have their main entrance on the 3rd floor because they can all fly. For 2 members of this party, it's not an issue. How are the other 2 going to enter this home?
So I could just fly up there, right? And then Murderopolis will follow loyally after me.
Yeah, he'll scurry up the side of this building, terrifying everyone that can see him.
Hell yeah, let's go, Murderopolis. I like to think he screams a lot as he rides.
Now, centipedes, not particularly loud creatures as far as I'm aware.
No, I like them screaming. I like that.
Yeah, whatever the equivalent of a centipede screaming is. I'm going to look this up. Can centipede scream?
Maybe the chittering? I feel like there's chittering.
Well, also, can centipedes kill you is a question, but I want to know, can they scream first?
Can centipedes love?
Oh, wait, no, I can use my needle and thread. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just saying, can centipedes love? So, Crouton, how would you like to approach getting into this building?
I love the idea of snails, but I feel like I have to debut my needle and thread. Yeah, I am a monk. I'm going to whip it around impressively above my head and throw it up so that the needle just goes thunk into, I'm trying to get to the third floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, into like the side of the windowsill or something. So
give me an attack roll just to see if you can like get a good thunk into the wall and then like, you know, grapple up the side. Let's
see if I did this right. So 1d20 plus 6, I got a 13.
Yeah. So you take your needle and thread and take like a javelin throwing stance and just hurl it into the like the frame right above the main entrance door, and you scurry up to it and find yourself on the landing. I assume you just go inside?
Yes. Well, I might like look around a bit.
Yeah, so it is a opulent manor. It's been constructed quite well. It's an older house, as it doesn't have a ground floor at this point. You can't really tell much of it from the outside, but it is a sprawling estate. There are some like well manicured mold lawns outside, and you can see a few like enclosures for smaller, less dangerous household beetles and geckos on the grounds as well.
I love a mold lawn. I think that's my favorite part.
All right, Cab, how are you gonna get up this building?
Well, I'm pretty sure that Gab is just gonna have to just climb this thing up there because they don't, they just don't have much in terms of being able to fly or anything else. So I'm just thinking just like climbing straight up this thing, straight to the door.
Mm-hmm. Now, did Crouton maybe leave the needle in the wall for Cab to climb up the side of it?
I don't think I thought of doing that.
I also feel that Crouton probably wouldn't want to do that for Cab, but that's...
I might have made direct eye contact with Cab and then thought, unkathunk, walk inside.
Jesus.
All right.
Dust off my hands. It's nothing against you personally. And also Skitch knows that I love you very much, so I can do this.
I'm still gonna be able to take this to my grave. Anyways, all right. So, what would you want me to roll for that? Can I do deception? Can I lie to the wall and indicate that the door is actually on the first floor?
I think if you're just trying to muscle mode it, you can do an athletics check.
All right, I got a negative to my strength score. Let's go. That's a 15.
Yeah. You scurry up this wall with a spider-like agility. Maybe back in the hearth where many Boggarts are from, you were like climbing mushroom stalks as a child, and you've gained some level of skill here. But yeah, you find yourself at the entrance to the house. Now you all enter inside, I assume?
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ride in proudly. Also, a detail about my character I've neglected to mention is that I was told that fairies are essentially sort of like supermodels. Like they're apparently like excessively extravagant. So even though I'm a knight and I have plate armor, my plate armor is a very fancy runway dress. Like impractical, doesn't make sense how it really holds together. very over the top, but it is there. So I look very stylish.
Is
as
it
I
just
ride it.
like so complicated that and like thick and so many layers that when someone tries to cut into you or bite you, it's just getting more fabric?
Yeah, like you there's a lot of weird shapes to it. Like there's a lot of like curls and stuff like that. So people are like, how do I cut into this person? Like it's, it's like cutting into a loop-de-loop. How do you do that? You can't.
Yeah, not every fairy is like a supermodel, but at the very least, when they're young, they all tend to be like pretty hot, unless they have like a really lax life and just fuck up their bodies or whatever. Okay, you enter into this home, and it is almost more like a museum than anything else. There are like framed anatomical drawings of household animals, like taxidermied mice and beetles. From the roof of this main hall is suspended a giant white feather, along with a depiction of the great dragon of the household, from an ancient, a recreation of an ancient drawing recovered from the living room, believed to be done by the master's daughter. I will now reveal what this dragon looks like. Would you please describe it to the classroom?
I got just a corner. It looks like a swan, officer. I believe that is a swan that it's got a little yellow beak.
Yep.
Is extended its arms.
Flappy.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 drawing. This is perfect. I love this dragon.
To any non-littling, you would immediately recognize this as a child's drawing of a swan, also known as the most dangerous creature to ever grace this world's history.
I could see that.
Natalie Portman.
So as you all enter this house, you hear some noise coming from another room approaching you. And you hear, "Oh, quit complaining, Sean. You'll be done soon." And you see entering three figures. One character, Oleg Protopopolov, your benefactor, person I will reveal now in portrait form. And
look at him. He also has a centipede.
Yes, I believe we discussed that this person is maybe related to you in some way.
Oh, we have like a family line of getting centipedes.
Look at those big eyes.
Yes, Oleg is a short, portly littling. He's very enthusiastic. He loves animals. And following him is a young salamander, which is a kind of sprite. They're red-headed littlings. They're very intelligent, stereotypically. And this littling has a mosquito currently latched onto his arm, draining him. And he's going, "Oh, jeez, Mr. Oleg, I don't know about this. I'm feeling real faint." "Oh, do not worry about it. We will switch you out with one of the other research students soon enough." And he turns and sees the three of you have arrived and goes, "Oh, it is so good to see all of you, especially you, my wonderful darling." And he runs past all of you. He's going towards you, Sienna, and then passes you completely to pet your centipede.
That is all I want. I'm more proud that Murderopolis gets his attention than I do. And I'm going to proudly arm against the chest down to one knee, be like, "Yes, sir."
"Oh, Sienna, you are here too. Good. I am glad you arrived."
"Absolutely, Sir Papadopoulos."
Close enough.
You might be my uncle. I'm not sure.
I think he's probably not sure as well. He's just vaguely aware that you might be related. And he turns to the other two here. I believe one of you has the bumblebee with you. He goes, "Oh, what a fine show, bumblebee. Tell me, where did you? From what line does it descend?"
Yeah, just say, I don't know what you're talking about. What bumblebee? I take it and try to hide it. I am very worried about anyone coming on to me, right?
I'm sorry?
Coming on to you?
Sorry,
or
not
what?
coming on to me, getting on to me. I'm not great with idioms. My bad. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is.
You want to fuck?
I think he's coming on to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to get away from me, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you are all here. I have been highly recommended, but you've all been highly recommended to me by some, let's say, associates of mine as being littlelings who can get a job done. Now, recently I had let us say, a shipment go missing. I had a group of mercenaries bringing in a very rare creature from outside of the house. And he says this in very hushed tones. And these littlelings never reported back. And there's been no sign that's made it to me that they have died. They have simply disappeared. I know that they got into the house by a forerunner they sent, and then nothing. I need you to locate where they have gone, and if possible, recover the creature.
Interesting. Can I roll an insight on my dear uncle, question mark?
Sure.
Is there anything of the story he's leaving out? I rolled a 13.
Yeah, so he hasn't specified what the creature is, but you do know that he wouldn't be able to get this into the house through like the normal checkpoints. So for whatever reason, he has decided to like hire mercenaries to sneak it through the in-betweens of the house, like the spaces between the walls and cracks. So it is something weird. And you do also know that your uncle has like a private collection. He runs the biggest zoo in the household, but he has a private collection of even more rare and dangerous animals that he doesn't show to the public.
So in my mind, Sienna's mind, what she is seeing is like my uncle is smuggling these animals into the house. He has a very prestigious collection. Thus, this animal is prestigious. Thus, this is a noble quest to save this animal that we must accomplish. Like, excellent.
All right. Do any of you want to ask him any questions?
So you're saying that this is from an outside. This is they're still outside of the household, you think, or do you think they're somewhere inside but missing?
No, I know they got into the house by the forerunner they sent, but then they are simply gone.
What sort of signs should we look for?
So he can tell you like where roughly they disappeared, as like a place you can investigate, but he knows that they would have had to be essentially traveling in kind of like a caravan because the item is relatively big. As for what occurred to them, he doesn't know. But Skitch, now you are a snitch, as you've said.
Yep.
You might be able to gather some information from like some of the lower, like the crustier members of society, so to speak, because he, as he said, he hired mercenaries to locate this item for him.
Yeah. Well, if needed, we can go see what some of my friends might know about this. We can just see if we can rustle down some information and see if there's any leads about where some mercs would have disappeared off to potentially when returning with some valuable creatures.
So my question for Mr. Pop is if they were last seen somewhere else, like where were they last sighted? Were they in the top floor or in the basement? Did we see them in the kitchen? It's kind of like Clue.
So he does know where they last were from the scout that they sent forward, and that would be near a corner of the kitchen in a crack in the wall. They were still in the in-betweens at that point, but he doesn't know where they proceeded from there. So he can point you in the direction of where to go. He also notes that, there is also the scout that they sent forward. Maybe you could ask them. I do not know where they've gone since, but you are resourceful, young littlelings. I'm sure you can deduce this. His research assistant has now passed out from being drained by the vampire, the mosquito, which is now lazily floating in the air.
Oh man, that was such a good research assistant, man. I'm full. I'm gonna go Out back and take a nap for a few hours. See you later, old man. Just kind of that energy.
Yeah, it's just lackadaisically going there to goes, oh, it seems Sean has had less of a constitution than I thought.
My little freak dar is going off. I feel like there's something kinky going on here, but I can't quite place my finger on it.
You gotta do an insight. You gotta roll
I'm
your
rolling
kink,
insight.
your kink sight.
Okay, roll your
Sight.
kink.
Oh god, that's good.
Does the fact that says kink, does that mean that she gets to roll with advantage, though?
Sure.
There's obviously something kinky going on. Therefore,
All right.
okay. So I get to roll.
A
Twice to pick
D20
the higher.
plus 5 and do it twice.
Is everyone looking at my scanned PDF? My
Yeah.
scanned 8x11 piece of paper.
It was very notable that I was like +5 to kink sight. That's good.
Wait,
That's
I
good.
did-
You
Don't
rolled
miss that.
a D20 plus 20.
I'm trying to fucking crack the system. Okay. That's pretty. Okay, I got a 17. I got a 17 on my kink site. Let's go.
All right. So you have a great success in your kinkdar, and you are starting to almost be convinced, just getting like a read off of this man, that he might not even know what sex is.
Okay. There we go. So this is really just more about like me, my little.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to talk to my therapist about, I think.
This man has one singular obsession, and that is he loves animals.
I like to think that when Crouton activates kink sight, it's like the Batman detective mode. Like the screen color of the world changes, and you just see our silhouettes with our kinks hidden inside of them.
Yeah, and it's like when you look at a Joker in Arkham, what is it, City, when he's being played by Clayface, and he doesn't have any bones. This man got no
That's
bones.
what'll happen when your kinks are
You're
too
saying my
crazy.
uncle has no bones.
Yeah, that's it. Or the kink equivalent of having no bones.
I don't know what that kink is. I don't know if I want to know.
I guess someone, yeah, that's like people are into, all kinds of things.
Well, I meant that as the equivalent of he has no kinks because he doesn't know what sex is.
Oh, okay.
But
I
that
think I
could
made
also
it
just be
kinky.
like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know, slime girls, you little perverts.
Okay. We got.
Okay.
The guy's passed out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's passed out. Oleg's already forgotten about him, and he's called for another research assistant to drag him away.
Oh my god.
Dear uncle, is there any precautions we should take returning your creature to you? Any sort of containment or transportation?
It is in a very fragile state. What I would say. It will be yes. Okay. Once you get it to us, I would recommend you stay outside of the city and just send word, and I will have my men handle it from there.
Absolutely. A knight's honor! And then I'm going to charge on Murderopolis straight out of this room. Potentially,
Out a window?
presumably down like whatever pathway is needed. But from the angle you see Sienna disappear, and it just looks like she just straight plummets like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Okay. Yeah, you instead of going out the open door, you hurl yourself out a window directly next to it. And scurry out into the street, startling a Boggart like hedge cutter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I assume the rest of you exit the house as well.
You should all go through the window.
I mean, I
Three
guess we're
different
all
windows.
kind of working together.
Yeah, we're a team.
Okay, so
What's our
3
team
different
name?
windows in a row.
What's our team
What's our
name?
team
Is it
name?
Kink Sight? Is
Yes.
it Kink Sight?
Yes.
Kink sight is really good. I can't think of a better one at the moment there.
It's on site.
Maybe Crouton goes out the door, then throws a rock through the window.
But the real energy was like Crouton goes out the door, throws right through the window to try and hit Cab in the head, thereby making a window opening for Cab to jump out of.
Oh, I like that. I just keep accidentally helping you. That's
Okay.
good. We'll keep that up.
So, how would you like to begin your investigation?
We got to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, we gotta get to the kitchen.
So you are in the kitchen. You're on the table within it.
Oh, that's right. We're on. Oh, why? Well, hold on. Wait a second. Are dining rooms and kitchens the same thing in this world?
How would you know? None of us have a dining room.
I've been broken up. I've never had them not be the same.
Yeah, so what I was trying to explain earlier is that there is a hole in the corner of this room that where these people would be coming through that they then disappeared from. So you can get there, or you can try to gather some information from whatever contacts you may have beforehand.
I got some people I could talk to. Yeah, we could see if they know anything. And I guess the main thing is we're just gonna find some of the, just some of the merc adjacent folks that might be in the lower, quote unquote, not really the slums, but just the lower lands of this area of the house.
Yeah. So that would mean you guys descend down the slime elevator again, or the snail elevator, to go to the town of Unter, which is like which is a town built under the table and is a lot like seedier.
Oh, like under, but okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you find one of your you go to a city bar called the Dancing Mouse, where you meet with some of your contacts. Let's say this guy's name is Antonio, and he is a Slaugh.
I feel like Antonio sounds like someone who would know about lasagna.
Yeah, Cab will just sort of slide on up, just put a hand on the table by Antonio. He's like, all right, Antonio, I'm on a mission with some friends here, and we're trying to track down some missing mercenaries and their delivery.
Yeah, I might know something about that, but what's in it for old Tony?
Oh, that's of course is going to be what's in it for you. Well, let's see here. Do you want to make? Oh my God! I'm sorry. I just got distracted by the dress, by the plate armor that Quinn shared.
There's a lot of loops. It's very confusing.
They're very loopy.
It does kind of look like mold in like those what is it? Those flanges that mushrooms get, which is part of fairy fashion.
There you go.
Now, so Cab would just sort of like rub his face a little bit. It's like, all right, listen, Antonio. We can make this complicated. We can make it simple. You can just. What are you suggesting as a thing that you want in exchange for helping out a fellow merc, I
think he let me look at your characters right now. Let's see here. What do you have that he might want?
I've soap in my adventuring gear. Do you want soap? I mean, soap. God.
Okay. So I think what he's going to ask for, he's going to turn to you, Sienna, and he's going to say, I know you. You're that fairy what with the centipede, right?
Yes, but never a more proud steed in these lands.
Well, what I want is an invite to a big fairy party. I want to be living the life for at least one day in my life. You get me into one of those parties, I'll tell you what I know.
And Sienna's going to be looking this person up and down and be like, fairy parties are reserved for only the most noble of peoples. Are you among those ranks?
I mean, look at me, come on. I'm a veritable knight in shining armor here.
That's all the word I need. I shall get you your invite, noble squire.
Now, does Sienna believe that she can actually do this, or is she lying?
I think she in her mind is like, yeah, obviously, this is like a great dude. Why would we not want to have him at our cool party, right?
Okay, perfect. You know what? I think he'll take it at face value and say, all right.
Oh my gosh, can I look at him like he's Prince Charming? Like, oh, you come to one of our parties.
Sure. You look at, so he's like this Slaugh with like a skin condition. He's wearing like shitty clothes that are patched together. He's got like a rusty half scissors on his hip, but you're seeing him in like, what is it, like an anime like beauty filter?
Yeah, he's Basoju in my mind, and he looks incredible.
I was gonna say I can't wait for Antonio's magical girl sequence.
Yeah, and I would like to bow before him, and I'll be like, 'Twould be my honor.
All right, I don't know what's happening there, but okay. He turns to you, Cam, and goes, "Look, so I've heard about this disappearance, right? I know that they got into the kitchen proper,
Right.
but something hit them. All those people gone, except one."
All right. So we say hit him. Do you mean like actually like strike him with a weapon, or are you talking about like a hit in the generic sense, as in like someone got a jump on him, or threw a coin purse over them or something?
Or third option, in a kinky way, they were hit.
Well, it could be potentially that one. I don't know about that.
You just never know.
Somebody
You gotta know your
jumped
options.
them, disappeared an entire company, except one guy who got away. That guy has since left the kitchen, but I did hear this. He told me, freaking out, that it was a group of people calling themselves the Court of Wurms.
Caught worms, huh?
That's right.
Can we roll a history check? Do any of us know anything about the Court of Worms? I say as a character with negative history.
Sure.
Hey, 16. I actually know quite a lot about the Court of Worms.
10.
I got a 13?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay, yeah, a 10, a 13, and a 16. The party passes completely. So, I'll say this. You're not familiar with who the Court of Worms may be, but you do know that in household history, there is like legends of creatures from the outside, right? And one of them is of the great worms of the outhold, the far beyond wild places, huge sinuous beasts that swallow everything in their path, lie in wait to consume all that they come across.
Yeah. Defeat them or just shake them down for some information and possibly some lost individuals and a lost creature, for that matter. So, where could they be? I'm wondering if they might be near the outside themselves.
You know what? I'll give you a little more because you rolled so well. Antonio will say that this is what he's told you, right? They were attacked by some group called the Court of Worms, and they weren't dressed like no littling that lives in the house.
Right.
Outsiders.
That's right.
In our home.
In our home that we invaded and took.
I don't know that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've like...
In my
that
mind...
sounds- they sound cool.
In my mind, our history is noble and courageous.
Fairies are in household the most imperial of of all the groups. They crashed in through the window and like, sup, this is ours now.
I'm beginning to
nobly.
think that the people that maybe I should be offended by aren't the Boggarts.
It's too late. You wrote it on your character sheet. If you get rid of that, you have to lose king sight.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's
Never mind. Fuck 'em.
it's in every sense of the term. Okay, so you know the name of your enemy and you know where they are. Would you like to proceed out into the wilds?
All right.
Well, could we
Yes,
check real
yes.
quick? Because the creature was supposed to be in like one of the corners of the kitchen, right? Like that's where they went missing.
Yes.
Can we check those corners first before we go hunting down the enemies? Because our main priority is the poor little creature that I nobly need to return to my uncle's captivity, I guess.
Oh, so let me say this. They were jumped by these guys, right? As far as the person that ran away is aware, they weren't killing them. They were knocking them out.
Right.
Took them
And
outside.
Probably captured everyone and dragged them outside to their little kink station, wherever it is outside, to do kink things.
Oh, now I'm interested.
I don't like that they call it the kink station. That's
That's what I call my bedroom. It's the king station.
No, that's masturbatorium. I want to walk up to Sienna over here and I say, we're all in a group right now, and we've all got to get outside, and you've got this trusty steed, and it's pretty long, wouldn't you say? And we're just three little guys,
Very long.
three bros. You can give us a ride, give us a little lift outside, couldn't you?
Murderopolis shall only be saddled by those of a pure heart. And like in her mind, she sees like twinkling eyes. But if you look, Murderopolis just snapping furiously at the air. So that's on you. You can try.
Yeah, as you've descended down here, I think it's probably taken out at least one person's like bumblebee, just like ganked it real bad,
devouring it, and then and while like glitter kind of spews about in Sierra's eyes.
I yank.
Sienna's eyes.
So I'm gonna yank the leash of my my bumblebee and like hold him closely to my chest away, and look at Cab and kind of nod my head towards Sienna, like, can you believe this? Let's go.
Mm-mm. Cab just like shrugs, cracks her knuckles, and then says, "I'm fine with just running and trying to keep up with you all while you're getting over there. So might as well get moving sooner than later. If we check where that corner is, we might find some clues of where they might have gone, both the mercenaries and the creature."
Together we ride. I want to ride out towards the wilds, like full speed with my box knife, like out, like I'm in a jousting position. I'm gonna fuck up the first thing I hit. Like I'm just running full speed.
Ooh, it's like roll at a wild magic table, see what you hit kind of energy there.
Okay, so you all set out into the wilds. In the trek, you have the area that the people seem to have disappeared, roughly around potentially, and you're proceeding on your route, and you get let's say like half a day's travel away from the entrance into the in-betweens that you were looking for, when you come across the wreckage of a caravan.
Oh no.
We need to investigate right now.
That's right.
That creature could be here. It's not, probably, but it could be.
All right, give me investigation rolls.
Oh no. Did I say that? I meant perception.
Yeah, also
That's
not
still
good
bad.
at that. Oh no, I got a 7.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled an 11, so
Okay, a 7, a 14, and an 11. So I'll give this a mixed success. So you do see blood here. There was some sort of spat, but you don't see a single body. As well, you find a strange substance that you haven't seen before. It is papery, almost in texture. It's very like crinkly. It has a little bit of coloring to it, but it's almost see-through. And it has like these repeating patterns on it that look like almost like oval shaped. Give me a knowledge nature.
That'd be a 13 from Cab.
3.
6. I'm glad you said something, because I was almost like cockroach person, immediately put it in my mouth. It's like a little papery substance.
Yeah, so we got 13, 3, and 6. The party fails. So you're not... Cab, this seems familiar to you. It seems like something you've seen before, but as you're discussing this, Crouton reflexively just stuffs it into their mouth. And then you hear the buzzing of wings as a group of wasps have been attracted to your presence here and descend to attack. Roll for initiative.
Oh, monsters. All right.
Well, that's a 21 for initiative for Cab.
Okay, a 21, a 14, a 9, and a 6. So, Cab, it is your turn. There are a group of about 4 giant wasps have descended on you. What are you going to do?
So, Cab sort of like braces their little button shield or little button buckler, as it were, jumps forth and tries to do a leaping sort of jab at one of the wasps, and rolls a 10.
No. So you thrust in with your pin, and it just skitters off the chitin of this creature.
And then afterwards, I will spend a bonus action to do a bardic inspiration, and let's throw that on to Sienna to start in this case.
Ooh, thank yous.
Yes, that'll be a D8 when you have a chance to roll it. You can use it for an ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or you can use it to bolster a damage roll, or add it to your armor class after you get hit by an attack.
Oh my.
Yes. And that is my turn.
Okay, then it is the Wasp's turn. There are 4 of them. They are going to try to sting you. Let's go for Cab first since he's already attacked. 20. I think that'll hit.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? All right. Yeah. What's that damage?
So that will be roll 6. 5 damage, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
You got it.
Oh no, they're poisonous.
That would be that should be a 7 for the saving throw.
I see. So that will
That's
be...
good, right? I'm supposed to roll under par, right?
5 more damage.
Ah, sweet. I have a bunch of healing spells though, so I'm don't worry.
Okay, so then one is going to go against. Let's go with. Let's go with Crouton.
What? Me?
Poor Crouton.
That's because my bumblebee's so cute.
I think that's it. It sees your bumblebee and it goes. It reaches out to get to go after you. But then you jump in the way and sort of like deflect it out before it can eat your poor baby.
Yes.
Then one will go after Sienna. 15.
That's a miss. My runway dress is too beautiful. The bee doesn't want to damage it.
All right, and another one will go after Sienna as well. That's a 5.
It's too beautiful.
So yeah, they're latching onto you and trying to sting, and they're like, what's going on here?
It's haute couture. I can't possibly hurt.
Okay, so after that, I believe it is Quinn.
Little freak, isn't it? Oh wait, did I roll higher? I thought I rolled a 6. I think it's Crouton.
Yes, Crouton. Yes.
I see. Okay.
All right. So I've got a flow chart that my beautiful Austin made for me to make this very simple. Yes.
Austin's so beautiful.
It
It's
is
so
really
smart.
beautiful. I did not fax this one to you. I'm sorry. So I, as a monk, level 5, get an extra attack. So that means I get 2 attacks, definitely. And then a bunch of other things. Okay, let's go. I'm just going to start. So they're in the air, but as a monk, I can do some acrobatic spinny kick thing. So
they're on your level right now because they have tried to sting all of you.
okay, great. Oh no!
Oh, that's
no.
a botch. Okay, so
I really
you go
thought
to,
this was gonna work.
So you
I was like,
block
monk,
out
this
of
is
the
evil or easy.
you block out of the way to try to save your bumblebee, and then you go to like punch it, and I guess you kind of just flail a little bit and miss, and it's taking this opportunity to stab you with its stinger.
Oh.
Oh no, it got a 7, so this is a comedy of errors over here.
Yeah. Well, all right. I get a bonus action, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so as a bonus action, as a monk, I am able to do a few different things. One of those is I can have an extra unarmed attack, an unarmed strike, which
Actually, you have another attack in general because you get 2. You've only failed 1 roll.
oh, see there I am. I'm just like, oh no, I've totally failed. I should just stop recording and leave the room. Okay, so our
Attack 2. Yeah.
okay. Oh,
There we
22,
There we go.
perfect. Get roll damage.
okay, beautiful. So I get to have I did 9 damage.
So I think so. You're using how do you do this? How would you like to describe how you're injuring this creature? You've hurt it grievously. It's not dead yet.
Okay, so I have my little scissors, my little embroidery scissors on my back. I take them out. I have them on like in either hand. You know how when you're holding like I don't know if anyone else does this, but when you're like holding a knife, say a kitchen knife, and you have it like against your forearm, and the flat back, right, is on your forearm, and then the blade is facing out, so that you can kind of like uppercut people with these knives.
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
It
yeah,
sounds
absolutely.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Blanca claws for Mortal Kombat.
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm just slicing up with these.
Okay, yeah, you're carving into this bug, and I believe you have a flurry of blows you'd like to do.
I do have a flurry of blows, but I actually, well, that uses up my key, right?
Yep.
I guess it's not a big deal.
And you recover key after every short rest. So if you were to take a short rest at some point, you would get all those key points back.
Okay, and then I also just get an extra bonus in general.
Right. You can do a single bonus attack, or you could do a flurry of blows for a key to do 2.
I'm gonna do a flurry of blows, and my flurry of blows are like little boops. I'm just booping people on their nose.
Booping.
Yes, a flurry of
see the
boops.
boops.
That's what it is.
The
All right.
flurry of the flurry of bloops.
That's my flurry of boops. This is from my little freak days. All right.
A 12
this
is
way.
not going to hit.
Not my flurry of boops. Okay. I'm doing them, but they're just not hitting. Just so you know. I'm doing them in the air.
They're
right in
glancing
front.
off the chitin in this case.
Yeah, this wasp is humiliated. Emotional.
You can roll one more time there, actually.
Oh, wait, I do it again?
Yeah.
I just want you to know that Skitch, that Austin said, no, it's okay. No matter what, if you forget, Skitch will remember. If you forget what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, 19 will do. 25 will do it.
These boops are so much more intense than you ever thought they could be.
Now it's interesting that you're calling carving something to death with a pair of scissors boops, but we can unpack that later.
It's just my cute little.
I don't think we need to. It said on their character sheet that they're a freak. So
Right.
little freak.
Yeah, I see. Like what ones did they have? They have these hands, and then needle, thread, and scissors. So
All right. You take your scissors and you boop them into a mash of ichor and broken chitin.
Beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Okay. Sienna, you are surrounded on both sides by a pair of wasps. What do you do?
Diabolical knaves, meet your end! And I'm going to attack them with rapid thrusts of my box cutter. A crit and a botched.
Okay.
The same time.
So roll the crit, and then one of them is going to stab one of them is going to stab you.
Okay, that's fair. I don't want it to be known that like I come out with this flurry of blows and then get that. So 22 damage to the first one.
All right. So you take your box cutter and you just you swing it, and it's you know the Berserk anime, the like clang sound effect of the sword. You just do that to him as you obliterate this wasp.
Bam!
And then in retaliation, its friend rolls an 8,
Misses.
which is good. Which is gonna miss.
I'm going to turn to this new one that just missed, and I'm going to lift up a palm and just do the come at me motion as my box cutter is fresh with the blood of its ally.
Yeah, and I think Murder Polis is feasting on its bisected remains right now.
Shit. This is
so
not good for the
good.
Wasp brand.
just add obscene eating noises in here. That's just perfect.
All right, Cav, it is your turn.
This is going perfectly. Cab's going to once again try to stab a wasp and roll a 26.
Yeah, you're all either rolling ones or over 20. So
There is no middle ground.
we were just rolling there. So that would be a 7 piercing damage as Cap gets in like another just clean little stab. And as a bonus action, they're going to patch themselves. Well, actually, can they do healing word themselves? Creature of your choice I can see. So I can see myself. As a bonus action, Cab will employ healing word to get them up a little bit on hit points there. So heal themselves 8 hit points. So
Okay.
they're nearly full health.
So it goes back to the wasps. You stab into the wasp. It's not quite dead yet. So it's in fight or flight mode now, and it's got a dumb brain, and it's going to choose to keep trying to kill you.
All right.
Got a 10. All right, these wasps are not doing so hot.
Your luck with virtual dice has been pretty wild here, Dan. Just like,
all right. So yeah, it goes to stab you, and like its stinger is just getting stuck on your button. Maybe like the stinger is like getting into the like hole in the button, but it's just not reaching your skin in any way that matters.
It's tearing at the thread though. That's really rude. That's how I hold on to the button. I mean, that's just rude.
All right, and then one more will go for Sienna in act of defiance. Let's see what I got here. 16. I don't think that's gonna do it.
That's still a miss.
All right, I should have had more wasps.
Nope, this one's just fine. Give it a moment.
Okay, it goes to the little freak. I
All
refuse
right.
to call them Crouton anymore.
Little freak.
Wow, Cab's #1 fan. Awesome. Oh no. Okay, yeah.
All right.
First roll.
We're only all the way like in the 20s or fucking botching. So.
For reference, Joe rolled a 2 and got an 8. So this one's still. Well, which one were you going for? The one on Cav or Sienna?
The one on Cab.
Oh, you're trying to take away my kill, I see. I
No,
respect that.
Of
I
course,
think she
that's
just wants
what
to
you
be the
would
one to
think.
kill you.
Fair enough. All right, well, that 8's not going to hit. Let's see what the other attacks are.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You have more attacks, so feel free.
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at my flowchart from Austin. I'm like, oh, flurry of blows. I did that. Dodge. Well, I don't really know. Disengage. He wrote in all caps. Run away. It's the biggest text on the entire thing.
Oh, you wanted to make sure you're safe.
Yeah, exactly. Go in, and then it's like, you just run away so you can't get attacked. You know, defend your honor, you know?
So am I hearing disengage will be your reaction here?
I attack. This is not working. Panic. Run away.
See you later, Cab.
5 damage. It is badly hurt. It is not quite dead yet. So I think the flavor on this is like, you see Cav is in danger, and you're real half-heartedly trying to protect him, and you just kind of accidentally stab this wasp.
That does feel right.
All right, Sienna, obliterate this wasp in front of you.
I rolled 11 twice. I don't think those will hit, so I'm going to add a D8 with the inspiration roll to the second one. So an 11 and an 18.
Yeah, roll damage.
For both of them or just the one?
Just the one.
Okay, that's what I thought, yeah. It is going to be 10 damage.
Okay, and if I remember correctly, you didn't hurt this one because you missed the attack before.
Yeah, this guy's doing okay.
So this almost comes into like a sort of Bayonetta Metal Gear Revengeance moment where the wasp is like turning sideways and which time dodging your attacks, but then you adjust your grip at the last second and go into like an upper strike against it, clipping its wings as you slash into it. And now it is Cab's turn.
They will not write poems for you when you die!
I'm trying to think of something that'd be fun to do here.
You're just bullying them at this point.
No, well, you say bullying, that makes me think about a vicious mockery, the one that, you know, tried to attack me and failed and got their stinger stuck in my shield. So I'm going to vicious mockery them as my attack. Give me a wisdom save versus 15. And if you fail, you take 5 psychic damage.
All right. It has a flat D20 for this.
About to roll an 18.
Got a 5.
Well, so Cab sort of like rights themselves after healing and, says some quip about like, it's like, looks like you've lost all your sting there, buddy, or some other sort of quip that's actually smart and does 5 psychic damage to the wasp.
I think it disengages from you for a moment and it like looks at you sadly and then just lands on the ground and stings itself in the throat.
What? Oh no.
That was so dark.
That was not what I was thinking.
You bullied this poor wasp.
That was not my intention. You're a monster.
This wasp watched all of its friends get obliterated. It couldn't sting you. It has failed the hive. There's no returning from this.
That's terrible. That's brutal. I'm also giving a bardic inspiration to they accidentally helped me again, so Crouton gets a bardic inspiration as a bonus action.
Okay, Crouton. Now this is interesting. Are you gonna kill steal from Sienna? Oh wait, no, it's the wasp's turn now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's Wasp's turn.
Okay.
Are you gonna kick steal from Sienna?
One final attempt. One chance for glory. It charges up all of its waspy might and rolls.
That does hit.
Oh,
Wow.
20.
20.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What was its damage again? I don't remember. I need to hit up a lot. 6 and give me a Constitution save.
18.
All right, you take a total of 7 damage, and I think the flavor here is that like you clip into its wing, and it looks like it might be done for, and then it has its own this wasp is the main character of its own story. It does the anime shonen protagonist thing of my leg, it's been broken. No, I've gotta keep fighting, and it lands one more hit on you before it's probably about to get obliterated.
Can I? In response, it stabbed me, I want to pull it in closer so it can't escape. I pull the wound in through me a little bit more. So I'm like, yeah, where do you think you're going?
Oh, I guess spoilers for Demon Slayer, but you're doing what happened to the Flamashira to it.
Yeah, you're trapped here with me.
All right, Sienna, you wanna come in, or not Sienna? Crouton, you wanna come in and kill it, or do you wanna let Sienna take this?
I'm saying this is freaky even for me. I do the disengage.
Okay.
Well, you're not adjacent to anything. You don't need to do that.
I think
You're disengaging from this
Let
scenario.
me break the rules. Let me break the rules.
All right, you're choosing to you're not to take part of this. Sienna, take your attacks.
I botched into the 22.
Okay, it's gonna get one final attack on you, and I'm gonna say this is with advantage because you're literally holding it in your chest.
Yes, that's fair.
All right, it rolled a 2, and it rolled a 1. So I'm just gonna give you an automatic crit against it here.
Okay.
Don't even roll damage. Tell me exactly how you obliterate this thing.
Okay, so this thing gets pulled in closer, and I'm going to look at my magnificent box cutter. I'm going to say, too noble of a weapon to sully on the likes of you. And then I want to grab my hands around this wasp's head and then just twist and explode it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's got its stinger embedded into your torso, and you just grip its head and apply force to it as it crunches and chunks in. If you ever seen like a close up of a fly after it's been swatted, their heads dent. So you're just metallically obliterating this creature as it buzzes helplessly and then dies. You've obliterated the true heroes of this story. Combat's over. You've solved the wasp puzzle.
I'm gonna lean forward and just let the rest of the body slump out from being impaled in me, and then turn to my fellow compatriots and say, "Noble heroes, we've quested our villains! Huzzah!"
Want me to patch that up for you there, Sienna?
This, 'tis but a scratch.
I can put a little Band-Aid on it, though, if you want.
Oh, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Okay. Cure wounds, heals back 6 there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you finished the fight. You were at the site of this caravan. How are we doing on time here?
We're doing fine. I'm going to make an important point that the little bandage has like a centipede head as like a little center point there. So it's like a little centipede band-aid.
Excellent.
Yes. I'm good on time.
Okay, everyone else is good?
Yep.
All right. Well, here's a question. Is this like a littling size bandage, or have you maybe recovered like an actual person bandage that you're just strapping over her chest?
No. These are custom made, you know.
Okay.
They're custom littling size ones. There's one with all different little insect heads on them and such. So you got like a bee head one, you got a centipede head one. You even for those that are kind of freaky, you have a wasp head band-aid. I don't know why they made them, but they did.
I was curious because I was like, a giant band-aid as a dress does feel like a runway dress, but weirdly, I can't find anyone wearing that.
Wow, that's a missed opportunity there for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. Well, that's on them. That's the mistake that they made.
All right, so you're at the side of the caravan. Now that you have a moment to really take in the setting after the gore you've strewed across the area, you do see that there appear to be some like tracks and scuff marks on the ground carrying something relatively big back in the direction of the in-betweens, the place that you were originally heading to investigate.
Can we do a nature check to determine what these tracks might be of?
Sure.
I say this again with a negative modifier. I don't know why I keep offering these intelligence checks. 7.
15 for me. And what do you got, Joa?
Yeah, 14. You're just trying to give us a chance to succeed. I appreciate that. That's what friends do.
I want you to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that these look to be other littling tracks. They seem to have some wheel marks on the ground as well. There also seem to be some like rat and mouse tracks with them too. It's hard to tell by numbers because they're faded and there's like a lot of crisscrossing from the scuffle, and now there's wasp blood everywhere. But there does seem to be a group heading back into the in-betweens of this world.
So we came outside because we were saying, oh, we have to go outside to find the people, and we did a big wasp massacre.
Yes. The full crux of everything that's occurred is mercenaries get sent outside to retrieve something. They come inside. Something then attacks them and disappears a group of people and whatever they took, and starts heading back outside.
Well, no. We might as well just hurry. Let's ignore plot point. Let's ignore NPCs. World setting. Let's just barrel on forward, right? Is that what you're telling us to do, Dan?
Whatever you want to do.
I'm going to pick up my box cutter, hold it forward as a noble sword, and then lead the charge on Murderopolis.
Okay, you hurl yourself towards the cracks in the wall, and you continue your travel. I said it was about half a day earlier. You finally reach the place that you'll be entering into the in-betweens, and I'll reveal another picture here.
I'm comforting BB, petting my little bumblebee, I feel like BB's whimpering because you just slaughtered brethren, distant brethren.
No, that's like mortal enemies. No, bees and wasps have to be like mortal enemies. Don't bees hate wasps?
Do bees hate
Yeah.
wasps?
Yeah. This is like a gremlin killing or a mogwai being like, oh, you killed those gremlins, thank goodness. Like those are the monsters of us.
Yeah, those filthy wasps.
Yeah.
I think the fact that BB is whimpering then, even though you murdered their enemies, is just evidence for how inhumane it was then. How deeply disturbed it was.
Sienna the Burnt is an animal. Just let that be known.
Yeah, you did crush one of them's head and bullied another into killing itself. So.
Oh my god.
I didn't bully the one. I killed both of mine honorably.
I did not bully it to killing itself. You made that choice for it to kill itself.
Yeah, actually, Sienna's
Well, look,
the victim.
we're in some consequences. All right. So I've revealed a picture. This is not your entrance is on the ground, but it gives the aesthetic. With the wallpaper splits and you come across a crack into the walls. You can see it is dark within. There are cobwebs up and down the spaces in between. And each ever so distantly, there's the quiet chittering of mice, the skittering of centipede legs. You are entering one of the darkest and dangerous parts of the house.
Excellent.
So, do you want to camp for the night, or just try to press on and find your quarry?
I'm not too dinged up, so I'm fine with just pressing on. But
I mean, yeah, outside of like an hour's short rest, I'm good to go. So,
Okay. You press onwards. Give me survival checks to find your quarry.
all right, survival checks. All right, let's see what my -2 has to say about this.
I rolled
13.
I rolled a 13.
I rolled a 13 too.
7.
Oh, that's a great game. Great game.
Oh yeah,
It's not,
absolutely.
but
Amazing. It's terrible.
The remake is even worse.
The 13, and a 7. The party succeeds. You find a trail leading to what looks to be some kind of abandoned like outpost within the walls. These are relatively common. You'll find like bootleggers, smugglers, poachers, everything. The people that like fall between the cracks and live outside of society will run to the in-betweens to hide while things get simmer down, or they might be coming in here to hunt the many dangerous creatures. There's a life to be made that way. And it looks like this was at some point a abandoned a hunting lodge for this that seems to have some lights inside.
we'd like to investigate, see if they know anything about our missing cargo.
So I'll say this. It doesn't look like this is a place that... It's not meant to have people in it anymore. It is fallen into disrepair. You don't know who could be here, but the tracks of the scuffle led to here.
Okay, well, I want to slam my face into the door and proudly like challenge anybody inside to either be noble allies to our quest or be vanquished, but I feel like that's not the smartest plan.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm trying to think if there's a way to sort of like stealthily investigate the perimeter of the area to see if there's a way to get a sight in there, but without being detected by anyone that might be inside the premises. You know, if that's a possibility.
You want to give me a stealth check?
I don't want to, but I will.
Okay.
I have +6 to stealth.
It's a 13.
Okay, so you've got stuff too.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Cab doing this alone, or is everyone else coming with him?
Yeah, I'll go.
If I am participating, I am going straight to the door and just kicking it open. So I think I am sitting back to see to let them attempt this part of the plan, but ready to ride forward.
Oh no.
Okay. A 13
Also,
and an...
I'm sorry. I just want to say this. I really like the idea of Skitch and I both trying to be stealthy and having like high stealth. And then Quinn, you still doing this? But anyway, I did roll a 2.
I'm ready for the charge in. So yes, let's see it happen.
Okay. So Cab, you like creep in and look through a window, and you see within some very strange looking fairies. I'm going to drop a picture here. There's going to be two things imaged. It's the one on the left. Strange looking fairies. They do have wings, but their skin has like these like scales on it, like you've almost seen on some of the geckos and lizards that have gotten into the house, the small ones. They're dressed in like this tribal wear that that fairies before they came into the household wore. And there's you can see maybe about 4 of them in here, along with a number of mercenaries that have been tied up and bound. They seem to still be alive. Let me drop the picture.
Oh, she's beautiful.
It's gonna be a shame that we're gonna have to kill her. I mean, wait.
So Crouton like puts their hand on the like frame of the window, and because it's old and rotted, it just crumbles away with a cracking noise, and then these littlelings look up and hiss at you, and we are going to roll initiative. Unfortunately, Burnt Sienna, you're going to be delayed by 1 round.
That's fair. I botched on it, so that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's a. I'm not going to punish you on an initiative roll anyway.
I botched my initiative too. I rolled a 6.
We're not rolling great. I'm not gonna lie. Like looking at our numbers throughout this whole campaign, we are under par. We're below average.
A 14 and a 16. So we have a 16, a 14, a 14, a 6, and a 2. So, they hiss, and then someone from enters into your viewpoint, and it is you would probably view this to be like their leader. They have a more opulent clothing on them, and they have this green cloak of that looks to be made out of like the leather of some kind of reptile draped around them, and they're holding a staff, and they point a finger and cast. Just pulling up the cast here. Spike growth in the area that you're in.
Oh no, little freak.
Let's see. Spike growth. The growth in the surrounding area on a point is range twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. Any creature that moves in the area takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And I think the flavor on this is that these don't even look like wooden or stone spikes. They look like teeth that just come out of the ground and all the surrounding area. So nothing will happen to you yet, but when you move, you're going to start taking damage.
Ground teeth.
And that's its turn. And then 4 of these tribal warriors are going to throw spears at you. So this will be 2 to Cab and then 2 to Crouton. So that's a 10. That's a 9.
Yep.
That's a 15.
Holy shit.
And that's a 20.
Holy
so that'll be 2.
On one of those two, on the one that was a 20, I'm going to invoke Silvery Barbs. They have to re-roll that and take the lower roll.
Got it. Another 20.
Fucking hell.
Dude, this game has had so many repeated D20 rolls. Like, Dan, did you not give roll 20 enough money?
All right. Well, I will say this: that even that after that, Crouton will be able to have advantage on their next attack roll. So,
all right, that'll be 4 and 9 damage to Crouton as they hurl these spears at you, and the shaman is pointing, going, "Vile interlopers, you will be fed to the monarch."
Might I interject with another thing that Crouton can do? Actually.
Okay, yes. Can you be proud of me, and can I suggest that I do deflect missiles? Is that what you were going to say, Skitch? I'm so excited.
That's in fact what I was going to say. So yes, I am proud of you.
Friendship.
So do that deflect.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And this is specifically so that I can catch it in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Which is incredibly badass. Okay, so I'm going to roll 1. This was the most exciting thing to me when we were going over what a monk does.
Yep. 1d10 plus 8 in this case is what it's going to be.
I got a 17.
Sure. And that's reducing the damage?
Correct.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought if the number was higher than the damage, I could throw it back.
Yes, it's both are true. If you reduce the damage to 0, you catch the spear, and then you can throw it back at them.
Okay, so yes, you can spend. Oh, you can spend 1 key point to do so.
I gotta do it. It's so cool. This is the thing I want to do.
12. No. So I think the flavor on this is that it throws a spear at you. You catch it out of the air, then you huck it back at them, and it catches the spear back. You're having a little game of catch now.
Aww.
Why do we have to fight them? They're pretty dope. You know, maybe those mercs deserve to be captured.
And-
you know.
And I'll say, now that you've grabbed one of the spears and another one hit you, you can see that these also don't look like some of the spears that you see in the household, where they might, like, a common household spear is like a cocktail fork, or like the end of a razor blade on a stick. This looks to be like a piece of wood that has a long fang on it.
Snake Fang.
I need that cloak.
You've said the quiet part out loud. Okay. So then I believe it was Cab next. No, Cab next.
Crouton next.
Crouton,
Crouton's ahead
yeah.
of it.
I'm
Yes.
next. Okay.
All right. So you're surrounded by spike growths. It's centered directly on you. So if you move, you're going to take 2 entrants of damage currently.
Wait, I'm sorry. So I have to attack without moving?
Well, that's the problem. The way you're like set up currently is that no matter how you're going to move, you're going to take damage. For every 5 feet you move, you're going to have to move at least 10 feet to get out of the spike growth and into this building.
Okay, so I'm just going to get fucked up. It's going to be great. I'm going to enjoy it, actually. And before I do that, I say, BB, save yourself! And I let go of the leash.
BB's already like been trying to pull away, going zzz. You did abduct this bumblebee. I'm not
this
sure
is so
how much
fucked
it
up.
likes you.
Yeah, you made me watch that massacre earlier. You made me watch while your friend made someone kill themselves in front of you. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I think this bee does not want to be here.
But aren't they so cute with their little cat? Or their little hat. Not the cat. Okay, so, yes, I am...
Okay, you take 7 damage from the spike growth.
Yes.
Again, what are with the dice? Because I'm looking at that. You rolled 4d4 and rolled 2 or below on every single one of them.
Yeah, it's feast or famine here. Something's wrong. Okay. So you get into this building, and from this angle, you're now able to see something. In the far corner of the room, behind the shaman, is what you would take to be a huge egg, easily the same size as you.
An egg?
Yeah.
That sounds incredible. I would love to touch this egg. Wait.
And what's more, there is movement within it.
Is this the thing?
Aw, there's a friend in there. Yeah.
Egg friend.
Egg friend. Egg friend.
Wait, I'm not saying egg friend.
There are four tribe of these tribal fairies in sight, along with a shaman, and you can now see a swarm of rats. What do you do?
Hatch the egg. Hatch the egg.
So I
Hatch
have-
the egg.
Okay, so I cannot get the egg, but I can break open the egg, and my friends are chanting me on. So I rolled a d20 plus 6. I got 23. I am definitely going to get this. Wait, go.
So how are you breaking open the egg though? Are you just trying to like throw something across the
No.
room?
I have to get in front of it, and you know how you like tap like a poached egg when it's sitting in its little egg holder with a spoon to like gently
Okay.
help it crack? That's what I'm doing.
I'll say you kind of just like hyper focused before I realized what you were doing. To do this, you are gonna have to run by like 2 people.
I'm a
and-
monk. I'm incredible. I'm acrobatic. I'm a little freak.
All right, you're gonna take 3 opportunity attacks as you run by the shaman and the entire group here.
Okay, I'm dead, and it was worth it. Let's go.
All right, you see an egg and go egg and start sprinting towards it.
I just become completely egg-eyed. Yes.
Okay. So this snake shaman. I'll roll for them I'll roll for the tribal warriors first because they're closer.
Like bugbear, I have 30 feet, right? And then I get 10 feet more as a monk. I go fast.
Like Sonic.
Imagine 40 feet for someone.
All right,
who's
one of them
7
botches, so you can kick it in the head if you want, and the other one gets a 14.
As you
Absolutely.
walk by, he misses and you just punch him in the throat.
Yes. No, specifically a kick. I like the kick.
Kicking them in the throat is pretty sick. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me a hit against them if you want.
Kick off so that I can do a little spin. Come on, we're being stylish here. And what did you say, Dan? Sorry.
You can attack this guy if you want. Yeah, so roll to hit. All right, you rolled a 1 too. So
No, they didn't roll d20. They rolled a d6.
okay. You know what? Yeah, I'll just take it. Whatever. We can't keep rolling these ones. It's getting rough. All right, you it like goes to stab you, and you just like jump kick it right in the throat and keep walking.
You did. Then they did roll a crit.
I did roll a crit. I just want you to know.
All right.
So this deck is like, yeah.
I don't know what's happening here anymore.
So this little freak crouton like walks this room, gets stabbed a little bit for some little thorns, and then just fucking beelines for this egg. One of these motherfuckers like, how dare you will never misses. You kick his fucking throat out the other side like it's just explosion.
Yeah, roll me another damage. Fuck it, why not?
That'll be 2d6 plus 3 damage with a crit.
Sure. Yeah, you just run up and hit him for a total of what is that? 14 damage. He's just like gripping his throat, going. And now I guess the lizard mode shaman's a little bit taken aback, but he's gonna try to bite you, going, "No, you must not approach the worm monarch."
What you don't know about me is I am also into that. You can't see me right now. I'm literally doing finger guns at my mic. So
Okay, thank you.
All right,
I like the extra little
19. That's gotta hit, right?
19. Yeah, I'm armor class 15.
1d10 plus 2, 11 damage, and you are grappled as it latches on, as the shaman latches onto you with its teeth and just grips you in this bear hug.
Oh, wow. This is incredible. So everyone, I'm putting my hand up and saying, like, I know it looks like I'm in trouble right now, guys, but I'm okay. You just take care of yourselves. I can hang out here for a little bit.
Okay, Cab. What do you do?
Okay. First and foremost, just stumble through these spikes for a bit just to get out into the room.
All right, that's going to be /roll 4d4. Jesus Christ.
Now it's all maxed out. 4.
Yeah, 14 damage as you're like die hard stepping on broken glass here.
Oh gosh, Cat McClane on the case here. Okay. I probably can't get it close enough to stab someone, right? Is that probably true?
Yeah, I'd say you'd be like just slightly out of range here.
All right. So I'm just gonna use vicious mockery on whichever person is wounded the most.
Okay, that would be the one that got his throat obliterated.
All right, and just. Oh God, I'm just trying to think of I can't think of an insult right now. I'm just so overrun
You
over
might
the.
need to get a scarf for that, bud. I've been watching Legacies.
It's pretty
No one
good.
Google that.
It's pretty
Keep
good. I like that. Let's get the wisdom save.
Okay, let me see what these guys. Oh, it's a flat D20.
All right, let's see here.
18. Your harsh words don't get him this time.
Not today, Satan.
It grips its throat as tears well in its eyes, and then they steel themselves and point their spear while rubbing their larynx. And then they say something that you can't understand because their windpipe is broken.
All right, and as a bonus action, I will do a second level healing word on Crouton, and heal them 7 hit points.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
So that puts it on Sienna.
In the distance, you just hear like a galloping sound, and like from a very low sound.
Do you have a war cry?
As I get closer and slam through the door, and then I want to stab the shaman person.
So I forgot you botched at the start of this and rolled the 1. So you get into the room, but there is nothing else you can do. What you see is a man gripping his throat, your friend being bitten, and in a bear hug, and a giant egg that is starting to move.
Can I throw my box cutter like a javelin into the egg to try to hatch it?
Because of your botch and you didn't start this fight together, you can only get into the room right now. But as we go around, you can.
May I then intimidate these snake peoples to turn their attention towards me, and say, "Unhand my ally, knaves, and your eternity shall be a little less painful."
Sure, give me an intimidation check. Why not?
I have a 0 to intimidation, so we're gonna see how this goes. I rolled a 4. Are they intimidated?
I think they just kind of look at you and then go, "We're just gonna kill these guys first."
I'm gonna the entire time Murderopolis is just snapping at the air.
Yeah, you know what? Roll an intimidate for Murderopolis and give it a +2. All right, it rolled a 1.
No, it's too cute. It's too adorable. It's not intimidating at all.
Murderopolis found an interesting slime mold on the ground and it's just poking at it with one of its legs. It's not paying attention.
Good job, Noble Steed. Everything you do is a perfect thing.
Okay.
Y'all should have seen her earlier. She's vicious.
Top of the round. It is going to go to the lizard folk shaman, who I believe while there's a grapple, it can just inflict this damage on you again. So it will do so. As you take 5 damage as it's continues to sink its teeth into you. And now it's kind of the shaman is kind of chewing on you.
Oh God. Okay, I no longer give my enthusiastic consent, so I'm trying to get out.
Ooh, roll your kink alert. This might be a kink.
Yeah, give it with advantage.
Is it kink alert now? Like life alert? This is.
Okay, with the 15, you don't even need to roll again. You got an 18 the second time, so even better. You know for sure this guy's into vor.
This is
he's
100% kink. Okay.
This guy wants to eat people, wants to be eaten. Absolutely.
Oh, he wants to be eaten, eh?
Yeah, I feel like there's something here. So I'm I'm beginning to think you actually really like this. Let's say we do a little reverse.
It bites you even harder.
Uno reverse card. Let's play this.
Okay, that's its turn because it's bound up biting you currently, so it can't really do anything.
A success.
Yeah, you've determined that it wants to. It's horny for vor. The other ones, let me see here. This is going to be. They're gonna rush up on you, Cab, and they are going to stab at you with their spears. It'll be 1 first, and then the second one will have advantage because it has pack tactics. 9, and then 13, 19. I assume 19 hits.
I mean, if you want to assume, you're right, but yes. All
Makes
right,
an ass out of you and me, but whatever.
All right, let's see that damage there for that one.
Oh, that not +8. That's wrong. It's 11 damage. It maxed out the roll.
14 and 11 damage. Like, Cap is down to 13 hit points. They've been fucking wrecked this fight. I know what I'm going to do on my turn when it comes around.
Okay. And then 2 are going to go after Sienna. First one, it got 2, which means it's a 5. And then the second one with advantage, it got a crit. Okay. There's just no in between. There's just no in between.
Nothing in between. That's fine.
9 and 6 for 15.
Okie dokie.
I was like, oh, I gotta look at their stats and like, try to figure out how they can deal with it. No, I can't really account for the statistical abnormality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Who are we at right now? I think it was
Crouton.
Yes, you're being bit. I believe you can attack while you're grappled still.
Yes,
I was
you
gonna
can.
say,
So you want
to
to just start punching him in the head?
I want to do one kick just straight up, hit the head. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to do.
The leg goes in between the two bodies and just...
Eat him and gain his power.
Is that how that works? His power to be horny about 4.
So you roll a 5. You have more attacks. You kick up once. I don't think that breaks a grapple. You have to spend an action to do that, I think. Is Skitch, you're the expert here. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you can just keep on attacking. You do like another 3 attacks in this grapple here, Joe. And just keep... Yeah.
Okay, so a 7, an 8, and a 5.
20.
20. The person is still up.
What?
They have a little bit more left in them. So I think what happened, this is like a close up where they're like latched onto you with their teeth, and you like a leg just from below kicks up into the jaw, and then a second leg, and then also a fist, but they're still latched on.
I don't want to die like this.
But they're in quite a sorry state here. Cab, it is your turn.
All right, so about this hulking out juggernaut business. How does that work? How is that going to work in the situation
Okay,
here?
so I will take this as for the next, 2-3 rounds. Oh, yeah, let's go 3 rounds. You're going to have an advantage on all your melee attacks. And I'll give you the barbarian resistance to damage as well.
Sure, that's fine. I'm a little amount of hit points. I kind of need that. So, so Cab will, Cab will attack the one that hit him. And we'll see how this goes here with advantage. Assuming that roll actually parsed over there. Yep. Oh, wow. A 12. Good God.
Yeah, so you you Hulk out, the buttons on your shirt pop as you get real jacked. And then you go to stab this tribal warrior that hurt you, that has been kicked in the throat already and is on the verge of death. And you just you haymaker swing with your pin to slice its throat, and it just barely dodges out of the way.
I like to think I just turned around and stabbed in the wrong direction. Just like, oh, wait, you're not there anymore. What?
Okay. Anything else you're going to do?
I will give Bardic Inspiration to Sienna.
All right.
Yeah.
Sienna, it is your turn.
All right, so one of these fools crit me. He made me bleed my own blood, and thus must die. So 2 attacks against him. One is a botch, because again, we just cannot escape that is today.
This is Jesus Christ. All right, he's going to stab you.
He misses.
He rolled a 12.
Does a 14 hit his AC?
Yes.
Okay. But I suppose to simplify damage, I'm going to be spending my Action Surge so that I get to do another round of attacks. So I'm just going to I'm unloading on this guy. I look like fucking Polnareff doing Silver Chariot, just like a barrage. Of these
what's your damage already?
It would be 2d6 plus 4.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I was gonna say I don't think these guys have been hurt yet. So 18 and 13.
Okay, so roll me the damage for the first 2 attacks first, because you might just kill them outright.
Okay. 23.
Yeah. How do you do this?
Okay. I said I was gonna do it like Silver Chariot, like doing a barrage of swipes. But instead, I'd like it to be much more clean, where I just swing my box cutter and then like impale this man through the head, and then just pull the blade out very quickly, and then turn to his friend like, "You should have ran when you had the chance," and then go after him for a little bit more damage.
Okay, you got a 13, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so that hits. Is Murder Polis getting in on this fight at all? Is like he do you want to like add that to the flavor?
He's eating these bodies. Like the moment that body hit the ground, Murderopolis is digging in. It's dinner time.
So he's not so much helping the fight as doing the cleanup for afterwards.
He's doing perfectly. He is a precious child and is doing nothing wrong. Also, I want to add, I'm adding no context, and Sienna does not seem to be in the least bit bothered that these are a species distantly related to her in some way. That does not seem to cross her mind. 9 damage, but I believe I can also add a D8 from the
Correct. Yes.
inspiring word. So 5 more damage, so 14.
Absolutely. You you like slice into this guy with your box cutter. I think maybe you like take a couple of his fingers off as he like tries to hold his hand up to protect himself and reflex, but he's not dead yet.
You will wish you were dead. Can I roll another intimidation check?
Sure, why not?
I just killed his friend in front of him. I want to roll again. I botched.
What?
All right.
Oh my God.
I think this character also has his anime moment. He's gonna go, "No, I will be a faithful servant of the Worm King." And he's gonna try to stab. And he crits.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is this game?
All right. Sure, why not?
What a
have to
complete.
screenshot
And he rolls
this.
a 1 on damage and a 4. You take 8 damage.
120 and then a 1.
Okay. Wonderful. This is truly a magnificent game. Thank you, Roll20.
Thank you for roll 20 for these consistent RNGs.
All right. Jesus Christ. Top of the round. I believe we're back to the shaman now. He's gonna bite you again.
Is this like, is
so
this
what-
the same bite? Is it on the other side?
It's
need-
because you're grappled, and it's
like
just he's
balance.
just chewing on you.
By your neck from the other side,
Yeah,
you know,
like
just
you
getting a
get
little
the other
nibble.
side. I just
Like
moved-
a vampire
I moved.
nibble.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
actually it's like unhinging its jaw and trying to swallow you at
All right,
this
that's
point.
fine.
That's whoa.
Wow.
That is hot. I mean, wait.
Gotta put a content warning on this episode. Hot more action.
10 damage.
Yeah, we're gonna have to set up a different Patreon for this one.
Oh no.
So it bites into you, doing 10 damage, and as this happens, the egg. So if you know anything, I think you've all called it out now. These are snake cultists, and this is a snake egg. Snake eggs don't really crack. They get like slits in them because they have an egg tooth, and that's how they get out. And you can see a slit starting to form in this egg.
Did you say an egg tooth?
Yeah, they have like a little protrusion on their face. It's called an egg tooth, and it falls off after they're born, and they use that to cut their way out.
Oh my god, how did I never know about the egg tooth? Thank you, Dan, for this gift.
You're welcome. Okay, we have 3 remaining tribal warriors. I think we gotta go for Sienna's first with this comedy of errors here. It rolls a 17. I still don't think that hits.
That's a miss.
All right.
Your anime storyline ends here, buckaroo.
All right, and then we have 2 with advantage against Cav. 19. I'm not even gonna re-roll for that one.
Well, you're not gonna try for a crit. You're not gonna try for a crit.
No,
with
I'm
these two?
afraid. 19 to the 21. All right. You have resistance to this damage. A 9 and an 11.
All right, so that's 4 and 5. So that's 9 damage total.
Yeah.
So I'm still on my feet with 4 hit points, bucko.
All right. Okay. Jesus Christ. It now goes to Crouton. Kill this snake cultist.
I don't know that this guy's unkillable. I'm beginning to think that there's.
You're like, I'm gonna switch sides.
Is there something in this venom?
They do look pretty badly hurt, but they're latched onto you. You think you could probably get them?
Okay, yeah, let's burn bridges. Okay, attacking. I'm doing another.
That's a bunch.
No.
That's a one.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do here. It's not gonna deal damage to you. The egg fully hatches. Writhing out of the egg is a newborn beast like you have never seen before. I'm going to drop a picture in. I'll do this in Discord just for speed. Here. It is it's glistening with amniotic fluid. It is this black and white long worm-like creature, and it sets its eyes on the shaman as it breaks contact, seeing that its monarch, its liege, has finally arrived, and it goes, "Yes, my mighty lord, you are born. Feast upon these infidel," and it is cut off as it reaches down and in one swift gulp swallows this shaman whole. I've dropped a picture in chat. Would you like to describe what you're seeing?
Is a little buddy.
This
It's my little friend.
Big snake.
This is a king snake.
Part of me, my initial thought is, wait a minute, was this the creature that our
Uncle
our client
Papadopoulos?
wants? Yeah, Papadopoulos once. Yeah, Uncle Populus, Uncle Populus.
So my first thought was that shaman got just what he wanted.
Oh, he did. That was actually a good ending.
Yeah,
That was a good
wow,
ending for him.
good story, everyone.
Full circle.
Roll credits.
Yeah. So the consequence of your botch is the snake is now active. It is a baby. It is hungry, and there's a lot of food here. You have more attacks, I believe, and actions, and now you are freed. What would you like to do?
Okay, you called it a baby.
Animal
and then
handling.
You said hungry.
Tame that snake.
Yeah. And I said we will ride together earlier, but Sienna was weird about it.
I wasn't weird about it. I said you had to roll an animal handling to ride on fucking Murderopolis.
And then
He's
you
the angry
flipped
centipede.
your hair.
Yeah.
Okay. You know
I'm
what?
like a side cut, and I swooped the half at you. Yeah.
I'll be kind here, just because of the insanity of these rolls, and you've shown a love for animals despite your stealing.
no,
Roll with
wait.
advantage.
Okay, thank you.
Better not be like a 1 and a 2 with our fucking luck.
22.
Okay, no. Roll again. Let's see if we get 2 crits in a row.
No, don't waste them. You need these. So, you lock eyes with this creature, and in a household, the more powerful a creature is, like they tend to be more intelligent. Like they're capable of speech. This is a newborn baby, and I think in this moment, as it's newly born, and it sees like a kinship in you as like a little freak.
I'm so excited. I've got my hands on my cheeks.
Yeah, you are going to get a contract with this creature.
Big freak.
So contracts are big to the littlings. Like the powers that littlings have are from their contracts with like the world itself. I'm going to say that in this you gain Ooh, what are you gonna get from this?
Snake tongue.
Yeah, the snake tongue. You have advantage on perception because you can taste the air. You've pacified this creature. It's not going to go after you. It is going to go after the other people here once it gets its next move, and it in return, along with this, scales cover your body, extending out from where you even had chitin. Like where they end, now scales come in, and you get a +1 bonus to your AC.
Oh my god. I'm so cool.
Oh, that is awesome.
This is actually what I want in real life. So great.
All right.
Freak's so cool.
So that is what? Yeah, that's Crouton's turn. So we're gonna go to Cav now.
All right. First order of business. Let's do a little healing just to see how this healing goes off. I'm going to spend a 3rd level spell slot to do mass healing word and heal all allies 7 hit points.
Ooh. Thank you.
And I'll include the snake. Even though the snake did not take any damage, it gets 7 hit points. And then I'm just going to reel around and stab at the one that has its throat taken out as much as I can and try to get it with the
Okay, you're rolling with advantage because you're big right now.
Yep. Let's see here. If Disney decides to parse over. Okay, a 21.
Right. Oh, I thought that was a crit for a second. Holy shit.
Nope. Just a regular 21. Okay, so let's roll the damage for that there.
Just tell me how you kill it.
All right, so the noble thing to do is that the throat is already torn open. Just go straight for that. Just finish the job from there. So through with the needle, swipe to the side. The cultist bleeds out, and then Cap turns their attention and braces for the other one that used to be flanking them, and now that's their turn.
Okay. That puts it to Sienna. I believe there is still a cultist in front of you.
Yeah. Do they seem like bothered at all that their god has immediately turned against them?
Yeah, there's some mental calculus going on right now.
Cool. I'm going to try to kill them. 13 and 14.
They both hit.
Okie dokie. 20 damage.
All right. I don't think they're even facing you. Describe what you do to this person.
So I want to grab my box cutter and I want to turn it to the blunt side, and I just want to fucking hit them in the head over and over again. There's no honor to it. There's no poetry. Just smash it. Just smash him. I'm so equivalent to its pulp.
I don't think you're even you do even have to turn it around.
Quinn,
you
are you
just
going
retract the blade and just start swinging at it. Yeah, you just kind of club it to death, and it's mush on the ground. And Murder Polis looks at it well, you just kind of ruined the meat for me. I'll still eat it, but
You over tenderized it, my dude. Just
I want his little anime arc to end like that. I want him to suffer.
Yeah, you have Adam Smasher from Edge Runners. These guys.
Yep. And then I'll say, "Huzzah! We have succeeded."
All right. I think this last guy is just gonna take the disengage action and run away. I'm gonna ask you, are you going to chase this man down and kill him?
I mean, we do have the speed advantage on him. No, I mean, our goal is this snake. So we're getting the snake home. I would like to note Sienna does not even concern herself with the mercenaries who have been held hostage. She is literally like, all right, let's get this snake home.
Okay, I will say the snake is currently eyeing them hungrily, the mercenaries.
Oh, then it can eat them. That's fine.
Oh my god. Okay. So that
I believe my uncle said that it didn't matter. He wasn't concerned about like the people who brought it here. That's whatever. He just wants his snake back.
he thought they were dead, so he just wanted to find out what happened and get this if possible. He didn't specify anything like. Now, I don't think he's saying you can kill or destroy anyone that you find here, but you can take it like that if you like.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said. That's what I heard.
I like to think there's a moment where Cab locks eyes with one of the mercs that are held hostage, and it's like, oh, it's Cab's like childhood friend, and they've known each other for so long that the snake just like swallows it whole in one bite.
Yeah, you like lock us. Oh, my friend, and then the snake just slowly comes in from off screen and starts engulfing this guy. All right. You have defeated my snake puzzle
By feeding it mercenaries?
It's not going to eat all of them. I think maybe it eats like 2 more people, and there's like
It only eats the most narratively crushing people and leaves the kind of normies around. Yeah.
What do you do with the rest? Are you just leaving them here tied up?
Yeah, I don't have anything else to do. Like in my mind, we cut to the snake and like us behind the snake walking back home. Like, well, that was a job well done.
You see that, but then the camera pans
I will
out.
say that Cab will untie them, but then realizing the others are just leaving, then doesn't even like talk to the mercs, just tries to run and catch up to everyone else.
Now I will say this: you have a giant wild creature. What your uncle would probably want to do is he'd want to give it like a zoological enclosure. It would be well taken care of, but it wouldn't be like free. I don't know if Crouton would have opinions on that at this point. Now that they have a
Yeah, I have opinions. I would say that actually I don't leave the mercenaries. Won't this snake need a little snack later?
Oh my god! So you're the new snake cultist, okay?
I gotta tie him up. Make sure.
I suppose the question is: are you going to bring the snake back to the? Although there is also the known fact that you're bringing a giant, scary predator that probably will cause a military incident the second you get to the gates.
Absolutely not taking this back.
Okay.
What was in it?
Are
for
you just
me?
gonna?
I don't remember. Actually.
I believe we discussed it. It was your weight in lasagna.
Oh, that's okay. So I do need to go back because I like snake's got a snack. I need a snack.
So I suppose the question is: are you going to let this thing go free into the wilds like it intends to do, or are you going to try to convince it to come back with you?
I thought the snake loved me. I thought the snake imprinted on me.
There's the conflict of what'll happen when you bring it back to the guy.
But what if I eat the guy?
the guy running the guy in the mansion, the uncle.
Yeah, and the fact that the entire army's going to descend on this giant snake.
I think we need to go live our happy life somewhere where we can actually pick our own mushrooms and make our own lasagna.
Okay, so let me say this. I think what is happening here is that is Crouton turning the party going, this creature, it doesn't belong in a zoo.
Absolutely.
It needs to be free.
Yes.
Okay.
And that we can't go back. And I can't have it to the zoologist, this heartless zoologist who's not even going to take good care of him.
That heartless zoologist is my uncle. But 'twould be a noble quest to return this creature to its roosts upon the world.
Might involve a lot less paperwork if we did that too.
Shall we band this team together for one more kink quest?
Absolutely.
Because we're kink sight.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm trying to think of which kink quest entry this would be. There's one that's romancing the crown already, but that's a different energy, all right.
Okay, so I think this is how we end this. Instead of returning to the your Uncle Papadopoulos, you decide that you're going to bring this creature back into the Outlands, and I guess maybe become the new snake cultists.
Snake cultist. That's absolutely what I'm doing.
I mean, Cab's gonna be like, yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna go back and just hang out with back in the lower parts of town and stuff. But you're fine to say it's cultists. That's fine.
All right. Are you going to report back to Papadopoulos what happened here?
I mean, if Sienna wants to report back, I will back her up on whatever she wants to do on that
Oh
front.
no, I'm hanging outside being a snake cultist who thinks they're a loyal knight.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, cab, before you leave, cab, Sprussel bus, I guess
Sprussel bus.
whatever.
Sprotzel Bruss.
Bogarts, I guess not all bad. You could visit sometime, right, Sienna? Just one time. But let's take it from there.
If the snake's hungry.
I listen. I might take you up on that if I get run out of town when I don't report back to Uncle Papadopoulos about what's going on, and all of a sudden I'm viewed as a deserter of duty, a derelict of duty individual. So I might be back sooner than later, but we'll see.
I like that you turned him into the villain when he just really likes animals. Okay.
Listen, you can't put people like us in a situation where you have to capture an animal for someone who likes animals. Be like, that person, they're a nice person. They just like animals. Like, but that's a baby. So,
and I think this is just part one of the story because Papalopoulos is gonna be coming to find this snake. This is not the end.
I like also that what was it? Marcus is just like, I wonder if we're gonna get that invitation I was promised.
Antonio's gonna not get no invitation. Antonio's gonna chase down Cab and try and kill him over the lack of invitation.
I'm gonna leave you a note. I'm gonna leave you a note in your luggage, Cab, or in your bag that instructs you to maybe bring Antonio back sometime.
Antonio, like, we're gonna go to the ball. We bring him outside. The snake eats them. It's like
I was gonna say, take a ranch dressing bath before he comes. That's in the instructions.
Could you like maybe wear a lot of mouse furs, something like that?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a mouse fur coat. It's lavish. It reeks a little bit. That's the musk that gets you there. Yeah.
Okay, then I guess to put a bow on this, the team locks eyes with each other for a final time as two littlelings and their animal companions set out into the lands beyond the house, and one returns to the safeties of the city. And that is where I leave you on this entry of Tall Tales of Tiny Heroes.
Yay, heroes in quotes.
Heroes.
As it gets cut out, it says Tall Tales of Tiny Snake Cultists.
And then things glitch.
You cannot offer a snake cult and not expect people to want to join it immediately. So.